All right, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers waste no time making moves. They're making more moves than most teams right now at the time of this recording. If you're new to the channel, we are Detroit Lions fans, but this channel is fully dedicated to teams that get overlooked by the national media. So we like talking about the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. There's 4, 5, 6 teams on this channel that we talk about. Tampa Bay is one of those teams. Here it is. First wave of roster cuts. Tampa Bay is just not screwing around. So everyone knows about Shiloh Sanders by now. Just one of the first ones. I don't know if he was the first cut or just first reported. So it's always like, whoa, what's up? Will Brooks, Mike Green are kind of some of the other, like, okay. The rest kind of knew about. But if you go down here, Mike Green has played 13 games for the Bucs over the last 2 seasons. He showed some improvement in limited looks last year, and this preseason makes him a good practice squad candidate. But the presence of a talented rookie in Elijah Roberts made it a tough 3-way call between him, Brewer, and the other guy. So Elijah Roberts, this is what's interesting, is you see guys that typically made the roster last year, in Mike Green is a perfect example, who made the roster last couple of years, but now, boom, insert a new, fresh, talented rookie, and he's out, right? So you just kind of raising the bar on the talent in the on the team, and it's so good to see if you're a Tampa Bay Buccaneer fan. The other one is Jarrett. So, yeah, Raheem Jarrett, bubble veteran, recorded his 3rd rough game in a row as he finished with just 2 catches on 8 targets this preseason. While he showcased some potential, Johnson and Ryan Miller, we'll get to them here in just a second. So when you look at the cuts, you start seeing guys that typically made the team or were on the bubble that are just like, goodbye. That's good news. And if you go back to the last preseason game for the Bucs against the Bills, yeah, there it is, found it. The good and the bad. I want to highlight a couple of these things here. The good, Josh Williams likely earned himself a roster spot. He was the only running back to get anything on the ground going, and I like him. Keep an eye on him. Tez Johnson has been electric with the ball in his hands. So Emeka Egbuka, you've got kind of a lot of depth at wide receiver, veterans, young guys. I think Johnson just keeps getting overlooked. Rookie wide receiver caught all 8 of his targets, 81 yards, touchdown, sky-high backflip. Yeah, that was cool. And love that. And then Ryan Miller. So this is like all these guys. I'll get back to him in just a second. But Trey Palmer, on the bubble after missing most of training camp, Palmer was healthy and practicing this week before he left the game. He received the 3rd most snaps at wide receiver, but came away with just 1 catch for 10 yards and get any efforts on punt return. So that's another example. You got moves happening here because wide receiver looks good, healthy, robust. Now guys like Trey Palmer might be getting cut. It's like, oh, Cam Johnson, see ya. It just shows that the level of talent around the Tampa Bay Buccaneers has gone up. Oh, by the way, I'll pause right here and let me know in the comments. We've been asking this to our teams that we follow, is just how you became a fan. We've asked this before, and it's really fun because you can put it in the comments and everyone reads everybody's, and it's just like, was it a certain player? Did you live in Tampa? Did you live somewhere then moved down to Tampa and you're like, oh, you know what, I'm going to follow the Bucs? Or was it Tom Brady that came here? Were you fan long before that? We put this out there before to you. Was it Mike Allstott? Was it Mike Allstott? Oh my gosh, what a time to be alive. Okay, anyway, all of this, we're talking about roster bubble and we're talking about new guys, but what we don't do enough on this channel, because we do like talking about that, and then as we get into the season we'll talk more about this guy, is Baker Mayfield. We're not talking about him enough. As an outsider, he is a guy that was just, it's like, fine. You know, you need a quarterback and you don't want one that just absolutely sucks. So it's like, I guess Baker's fine, you know, and then it's like, you know what? He's actually, it's actually a pretty good play. And man, he's actually what are they 3-1 now? Wow, that's pretty good. Will they win the division again? Win the division again? You just kind of like all of a sudden like, you know what? The guy fully has matured. He's really good. He's consistent. He makes plays. He's tough. Guys like him. He's everything that you could ask for in a quarterback. It's crazy. I mean, we did this kind of exercise a few times on this channel where we go through, look at the 32 starting quarterbacks. 20 of them, you have an opportunity to win. The other 12, you have no chance, right? Anthony Richardson, the quarterback situation in New Orleans. Like, what are we doing here, right? Trevor Lawrence, are you good? Are you bad? He may be, but yeah, just like I don't know. He is in that category of you have an opportunity to win with him every single week, and so if you have him and you got a coach and you got the culture that's just like in generally good, right? The Buccaneers culture, and that's the only thing that can hold them back this year. I think they've got the coach, or excuse me, they've got the quarterback, they've got the players. Are they a team? And this is what fascinates me about football. At the end of the day, you got to have players, got to have some talent, got to have a quarterback. But then more than all of that, you have to be a team that other teams just, they'll never admit this, but they just don't want to play. It's just like, dang, man, the Buccaneers are physical. Is that what teams think? I don't know. Because you can have a collection of talent all day long. Lions had it for years. Matthew Stafford, Kelvin Johnson, Golden Tate, Reggie Bush. But they weren't just this hardened team. Now, how do you get that? I don't know. I've got a front row seat to it, watching Dan Campbell and how he operates, and that's what the Lions are. A team who's just like, man, I don't know what it is, because everybody wants to play hard. Everyone wants to be physical, but there's something about the Lions where it's like, dude, they don't mess around. Does Tampa have that? Do they have the coach that can instill that? I want to say yes. I mean, it's like, I don't see why they wouldn't be like this. But Todd Bowles is a little dry. He's not a little, he's a lot. He doesn't have, and that's the thing. It's in front of the media. That's how Bill Belichick was, though, in front of the media. So it's like, it's hard to know if guys love him, respect him. From an outsider's perspective, I don't see that, but I don't know that. And that's going to be the question. They got everything else. Can that final piece of just that hardened football team be what they need? I don't know. That's what's going to be fun to watch and just see where it goes from there. So, again, keep an eye. Buccaneers making a lot of moves. Most teams really haven't announced too many moves. They've already announced 11 names, just goodbye. And so interesting to see what happens from there. So let me know your thoughts in the comments. Make sure you subscribe, and we'll see all of you on the next one.